Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is a platform where we focus on building mindsets, we building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I'm your host, QB So Effing Amazing. Tiff, we got a pretty interesting conversation today. So Elon Musk XAI supercomputer in
Yes.
South Memphis. I'm interested. I'm very excited for this conversation. Um, so the first question is when you dug into the clips and the articles about this
Mhm.
AI supercomputer, what was the main concerns with Elon Musk supercomputers out in South Memphis?
So he's built this facility to house his supercomputer called Colossus, right? And so
Yeah,
the biggest thing was that um it's causing potential health concerns to an already disenfranchised population. So this
yeah,
facility is built next to a town called look, I got my notes today now, called
yeah, yeah,
called
yeah.
Boxtown
Uh,
in South Memphis. And so what I found, because I watched clips, I was reading articles, and the Time wrote an article about this too. The
mm-hmm.
median household income in this area is $37,000,
So
right?
it's a low income community, yeah, for
Very,
sure.
very low income. And
Yeah.
so, again, to have this area, to have this land, to have this facility vacated and nothing be there, they thought, meaning the mayor of Memphis, thought that
Hmm.
this would be a good idea. But what was happening is that they're using temporary turbine engines or something
Yeah.
it's giving off this dangerous gas, which again is
Hmm.
polluting the air and potentially polluting the water source there too. So
Hmm.
people are in an uproar, and rightfully so, because although this project would bring 15 to 20 million dollars to South Memphis, look at the health ramifications. And is that money worth
The live.
sacrificing your people? Right. So it's
Yeah.
the 15 to 20 million in revenue to this area, but also 300 jobs. And the math ain't math, right? I get it,
Hmm.
but and this is where we're going to, and I'm glad we're talking about this,
Hmm.
because as AI evolves, we have to make a choice of whether or not it's going to be at the risk of some, right? So, with
Hmm.
our current administration kind of dismantling a lot of the safeguards and removing a lot of this stuff so we can, you know, be the best in class as it pertains to countries in AI, we're seeing it happening now in this situation. What the future could look like in other places that look like this, because I'm gonna tell you, I know they wouldn't build something like this where we live out east where this casino is,
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That'll mess up the business in the area if they did that.
right?
And I
So yeah.
I'm curious, like with the mayor Paul Young.
Hmm.
Cause so when you think of a mayor, what do you think of? Like you would think a mayor would have the best interest in his people. You know what I'm saying? So I had a theory, and it's just a theory that he was paid to allow this to. I feel like he could have stepped in and kind of tried to prevent that, because from what I heard, like the turbines that they're running, I think they're running anywhere from 15 to 35 or
Hmm.
37 turbines or something like
Hmm.
that. They didn't even have permits to be
No,
able to run those turbines.
no,
That's the crazy part.
no.
And when we talk about the different pollutants that's coming from these turbines, from
Hmm.
I got nitrogen oxide. I
Hmm.
have what's the other one for for
Formaldehyde, that was it.
formaldehyde.
Yes,
Formaldehyde is the other one, and
yes,
that's the pollutant that can cause cancer, with
yes.
nitrogen oxide
Outside, yes,
being responsible for the asthma and the respiratory diseases.
yes.
So the fact that they did not have the permits to be able to run these turbines and still running them, and causing even more harm to the community, uh, I immediately, in my mind, I'm like, okay, we gotta look at Elon Musk for what he is. He's a businessman. Not only is
Hmm.
he an AI advocate, but he's a businessman.
He's a businessman.
And considering the fact that he built this facility in such a short amount of time, he's one of those guys that's, look, I want to see my vision come to life. I don't
Hmm.
care who I'm harming or who live I'm killing. I want to see this happen, and that's what I took from that. It was very inconsiderate for the people out in South Memphis, and I'm praying for
Well, I think too, here's the fact of they didn't ask the right questions either. So now they've
'em. Yeah.
submitted permits for the turbines, right? So that should be
Mm,
approved next month, right? Um, the correct, I believe the mayor, so to your point, he has a job to protect the people. Um, and it's from a financial standpoint and also from a health standpoint, right?
mhm.
You want to make sure that your area is it's revenue generating, like you have a way to take care of those that maybe can't take care of themselves. And so
Yeah.
when he was saying how they're going to, like, this 15 to 20 million is in property taxes, so this can be reinvested in that neighborhood to do certain things, to upgrade housing and all this other stuff. One thing he did say, and I'll make all this tie together in a minute. He
Mm,
says that because the I watched an interview, a news interview with him, and he said that the lady asked, "Do you think if this was anyone other than Elon Musk, would you be getting this pushback?" And he said, "I think it's a part of it." He said, "But I separated the project from the person, right? I saw this
mm.
up as an opportunity um to build up an area in my area of responsibility, or in my, you know jurisdiction, whatever you want to call it."
Yeah.
And I looked at it as a way to help the people in my community. Now, where he didn't do so is you didn't ask the proper questions, like,
I was
what's the
finna say
harm,
that. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
What I understand, you want to utilize this vacant facility in this place, but what okay, here are the good things. What are the not so good things? What are the
Yeah.
health ramifications? Like,
Mhm.
understanding all of that. And this is a lesson for every other like city that's thinking about allowing this to happen in their again in their city. You have
Mm.
to ask the proper questions and be prepared that if you're going to go forward with this, like, how are we going to take care of these people that are going to be impacted? Have
Yeah.
Do we invite them to the conversation and let them know, right?
I was
Or
gonna
was
say
it
that.
an afterthought?
Mhm. Yeah.
So
And I was gonna say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what he should did was, is I'm not sure exactly how a mayor would go about that, but you should have set up some type of event or something. I don't know, that allowed the
city
people to
council.
speak. Yeah,
City
yeah.
council.
Yeah, city count to allow the people to speak how they feel, because everybody is not an AI advocate or see
Yeah.
the benefits of AI. Some people, like, especially in low income areas,
Yeah.
a lot of times you're gonna run into people with health problems, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
in those type of environments. And from what I read and from the videos I seen, these people were more concerned about their health and the
Yes.
fact that they are already dealing with health issues. And you
Yes.
allowed Elon Musk to come in with 30 plus turbines that's releasing
Yeah.
three different
All of this
pollutants
stuff.
into the air that's causing even more problems and ultimately killing people faster.
Yeah.
So from the statistics I pulled, so in Memphis, I think the life expectancy in Memphis is 9 years less than the national average.
Okay.
And those turbines just
It's
you
cutting it.
just you know what I'm saying, it expedited that
Yeah.
that life expectancy. So I think that was, as a on a mayor standpoint, I see what he's saying on a revenue standpoint,
Yeah.
but at the same time, like you
You dropped
said,
the ball.
you didn't, yeah, you dropped the bomb. You didn't ask the right questions. You
Yeah.
pretty much did what you felt was right, and you
Right.
forgot to include the people.
Yeah. And I think so. I did see a video. They did have a city council
Mm,
meeting, and I think it was after the fact, right? It was
yeah.
after them understanding that um all of the health ramifications of this particular all these turbine engines, because again, when the University of Tennessee ran an analysis on the air quality, they saw that it was a significant difference in the
Mm,
amount of nitrogen oxide that's in the air, right, as a result of these turbine engines running. So everyone's just like, now they're in an uproar because people are starting to have asthma attacks that maybe haven't had them in years, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and we all know that respiratory damage is that's not reversible. So
That is a
you know what
fact.
I mean? You
Hmm.
can't go back. I can't get, oh, let me give you a new lung, or you know what, we can repair your lungs. Once that's damaged, it's damaged. So
It's over
what
with.
this reminded me of is that movie Aaron Brockovich, right?
Mhm.
When this company was contaminating the water, and this lady basically um she kept digging and digging and digging and digging and digging and finding out all of this information. And this company knew that they were poisoning the water and causing this small town to everyone, like a lot of people had cancer, right? And so they had to shell out millions and millions of dollars. But what I'm saying here is that we have to do what we call in HR your due diligence, period. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. If there's
Mhm.
a risk to anyone's livelihood, they deserve the right to know. They deserve the right
Facts.
to know, right? And they deserve the right
Mhm.
to have their voice heard and
Yeah.
understand, what does this mean for me? These people can't move out of that neighborhood.
That is true because everybody don't have the funds to do it. It's not like they have a choice to move in a better area with
No.
cleaner air. You know what I'm saying? These people are they stand in areas where they pretty much have to deal with what's going on. And what's even more disturbing is they in the process of constructing or building another facility that's
Mhm.
twice as big.
Yep.
And that one got 40 to 90 turbines.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So, and then another thing that was disturbing to me is that they also lied about how many turbines they was running,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So they said 15, right? Now they
Yep.
got about 30 plus.
Yep.
From what I read, it was they sent somebody to investigate the site. What would you call it? I forgot the term, but they pretty much took a thermal photo showing all 30 plus turbines being used when they only said they were using 15.
15.
Right. And it was some technology that they had mentioned. Let me see if I got it up.
We know
Let me
maybe
see.
today.
Yeah, it was some type of technology that was oh, here it is. So it says they're using pollution minimizing technology.
Mm-mm.
What
To
you
hide it.
that's what they, yeah, to hide it.
Yeah.
But I mean they gonna say anything to cover, you know what I'm saying, to cover up what they really doing.
Yeah.
Right. So now when I saw a meeting that I think the city had their own meeting, whoever is in
Mhm.
charge or
Yep.
the advocate of the people, they had their own meeting, and one of the guys from XAI finally came out and tried to speak his piece or say whatever it
Mhm.
is he wanted to say, which didn't sound sincere at all. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
couldn't even look the folks in their face. He said what he had on his paper, and he didn't make not he ain't make no eye contact or nothing, and he left out the side of the door, which I felt that was very disrespectful in a way. You know what I'm saying? You really didn't get them closure to what's going on. You just came out to try to make peace or somewhat, and
Yeah.
thinking it was gonna help the situation.
And it didn't, right? Because that's not his
Nah.
message to home, right? To be honest with you, I really think if Elon Musk wanted to, I mean, again, it's easy for me to sit on the sideline and say what I think. Like, Elon Musk should have been there. If it's this serious, he should have been.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
you have the one thing that I've learned in human resources, again, that your people are the most important asset to your organization, right?
That is a fact.
And if you give them the space, you give them the freedom to voice their concerns, and you answer their questions, you will get a lot further. It's nothing
Hmm.
different than people when you're dealing in a personal relationship. If someone comes to me and says, "Hey, this is what we're doing," and I'm giving the opportunity to voice my concerns, voice my opinion, I'm going to be more receptive to what you're saying. Now, if you say something to me that I feel like is not sincere, I feel like it's just a check the box activity, I'm going to treat you as such. This is
Hmm.
exactly what happened. These folks, their children, if anyone's pregnant in this area, their children that they're carrying will be born with conditions based on what's happening. This deserves the attention and the sincerity and authenticity to say, you know what, I'm going to come here, I'm going to talk to you guys. This is what we're planning to do. There needs to be a health conversation,
Yeah.
period, because it may not show up today, right now, any health issue, but it's going to show up later on. And then it's going to be,
Yeah.
well, it's been running since, yes, you're right. It's been running since 2024, 2023. It's, yes, it's been in existence, but nobody said, hey, you know what? We're going to set X amount of money aside because we know that what we're doing is going to impact this town.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would be the right thing to do. You know that it's going to. All of the information, I mean, there's been independent studies. So what are we talking about here? What
Yeah.
are we saying? That and I'm just gonna say it, what the life of someone that's black or brown doesn't matter much. It's worth 15 to 20 million and 300 jobs for
So
someone to live with these ramifications.
I want to ask you something. So these jobs that they promise, how often do you think they sincere about that?
I think that yes. Um, but I do think time changes things, right? And
Hmm.
here's the reason why I say this. I can say, yes, we need 300 people to open the facility, but that doesn't mean we're going to need 300 people to maintain it.
Right, right, right. That
Okay.
makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
So I'm not lying. In the initial onset or phase of this, I may need 300 people, but the
Hmm.
maintenance part, and that's a part of the right questions to ask, right?
Hmm.
It's okay, health, the very basic needs. Will these people be employed for how long? Like, is this long term employment, short term employment, initial onset, whatever? Health implications, financial implications, like all of these things need to be discussed when you're bringing something in. Period.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you don't do that, and if the proper people are just looking at, oh, well, we're going to be getting 15 to 20 million in property taxes, and the jobs is a nice kick, we could throw that on the news and people will be happy. It's like,
uh,
let
I
me think.
doubt it.
It's something else to that, right? What am
Yeah,
I giving up? You never get that much, and you're not giving up something. I don't
in
care who you are.
return, exactly. That makes sense.
So
Oh, I'm sorry.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Another concern I had was the amount of power that they were generating to even run this facility.
Huh.
Like I wouldn't even be surprised if all the lights in that neighborhood or that town just shut off due to the amount of electricity that XAI is running.
Well, and that's just one, right? We
Yeah.
want a lot of these facilities. That's why that grant that the
Mm,
Department of Labor dropped a $30 million grant. It's for manufacturers, right, to adopt AI and AI infrastructure. We do not currently have the infrastructure to support everything that we want to do with AI. So
yeah.
if this center that we're talking about is utilizing all of this power, we want more of them spread out across the
Nationwide
United
though,
States.
like yeah, like that's crazy.
So look at the implication it's going to have on people's life expectancy and healthcare costs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're putting these in places like Boxtown, where they already don't have adequate coverage, right? We're cutting people's life expectancy,
Yeah.
and the laws that were in place to kind of safeguard us are gone. Anything that
Hmm.
inhibits the adoption of AI has virtually been removed. Now, again, I'm an AI advocate, right?
Me
I
too.
know,
Yeah.
but when it comes to this, I'm not going to say that this technology is worth a human life. I'm just not going to
Yeah,
say that.
this side of the line right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like
It's
I like AI, but this right here is out of pocket.
Yeah. And so it's like, do we make the decision as a people to say, this isn't okay? Like, this is the
Mhm.
part that gets me. And this is why I sent it to you. Because when I saw it, I'm like, well, first of all, let me make sure it's accurate. Because,
Yeah.
with everything going on, like, is this real? Like, I can't believe this.
Yeah.
Like, I really could in my heart of hearts. Because it's like, this isn't right. Like, I deal
Yeah.
with asthma. And so
Hmm.
reading this article, it's like, this young girl in her 20s, while we're sitting here praising that Elon Musk has an awesome and amazing AI platform, this lady's saying, you know what? I haven't had an asthma attack in 15 years, and I felt like my chest was caving in and I couldn't breathe. I know what that feels like. So to say that,
Yeah.
hey, this AI colossus or this facility is worth more than my life, like, that's insane to me. That's insane to me.
And I want to share a story about asthma because I had asthma myself. I still
Mm.
got it, but it depends. I have allergies real bad, right?
Mhm.
Allergies ain't the funnest. Like it's not the greatest thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when I was younger, I had asthma bad. Sometimes I could be around pollen. It was just unpredictable, and then asthma attack it'll just happen. As
Mhm.
I got older, I wouldn't necessarily say I grew out of asthma, but it calmed down. So now my allergies is something that I have to control, because if I let my allergies get out of hand, it
Mhm.
triggers an asthma attack. And if I let the asthma happen for too long, then it's a rush to the hospital. So
Yeah.
last I want to say last summer, it was a day of maybe May or June, somewhere around there. It was raining real bad, and obviously rain
Mhm.
is the cause of pollen, like coming from
Yeah.
the ground. And I think I inhaled too much of it, and my chest immediately caved in. Like I was literally
Gasp. Yeah.
struggling to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Gasping for air. I had to rush myself to the hospital, and it was so bad that they had to rush me to the back of the room and
Yeah.
and stick all the wires and shit,
Mhm.
and give me an emergency treatment to open up my lungs a little bit. So
Yeah.
when it come to asthma, just like you, I know how that shit is, and
Yeah.
that shit is not easy to deal with. It's terrifying when you
Yeah.
experience a asthma attack, and for them or the mayor even to allow, what I'm saying, to really look at it like a money move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're not even looking at what people got to go through when they dealing with heart diseases and asthma attacks and everything else that come with them inhaling these different pollutants. And just coming from a person that has an asthma background, I understand how terrified they is in that in
Yeah.
that area.
And
Yeah.
so even with him, just to say, and the interview I watched was a couple months ago. So I don't know what he's saying and what he said since then.
Hmm.
But it's, even to say, hey, you know what, I didn't know these implications. Like being transparent about, because I don't think I will hope in my heart of hopes that he didn't know any of this stuff, and now all of it's coming to light after you sign the deal, right? Because
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
don't ask the appropriate questions up front, then everything that comes with that, now you kind of stuck with it, right?
Hmm.
Especially again with the current administration just kind of picking apart different things and saying, hey, we're in a race and we're gonna get it by any means necessary.
Yeah.
But just being transparent with his people, which I hope he has, to say, hey, you know what, I didn't understand the ramifications. Now here is what we're going to do as a result of all of this stuff coming forward, right?
Right.
This
Right.
is what
Yeah.
we're going to do. We have a plan in place. We're going to make sure that, hey, I don't care if you call it the AIX Health Fund, I don't care, but we
Yeah.
have money set aside for people that are in this area as we work through, reducing some of this risk, right?
Hmm. And
Because
that's
some
the
of that
thing.
money could be used for that.
That is true, but you know what I'm saying. In the fact that he just said reduce some, like if he did say that reduce some of it, it's kind of like, damn man, these people is gonna be damaged.
Yeah.
It's just it's very unfortunate, and I feel for. That's why I think I spent so much time reading on it and
Yeah.
try to get an understanding, is because like you and I, we didn't have asthma. We didn't, what I'm saying, got asthma. We
Hmm.
experienced that. So that's why I'm like, man, that is very unfortunate, especially like the older people, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because I got a grandmother on a lot of medication, you know what I'm saying,
Yep.
for a lot of Medicaid for a lot of different reasons. So I would be devastated if she stayed in the area and I had no control of that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? All because like how I took that was just a move for the wealthy to become even more wealthy, and the
Yeah.
poor just stuck in a situation as always, and they have no choice but to deal with it.
Well, and um, it's an eye-opening event to what's ahead. And if
Hmm.
us as humans will say, hey, the advancement of technology is worth more than a human life.
Exactly. That
That's
that
the
that that's
part,
the key. Yeah.
and and that's partly why I wanted us to discuss it,
Mm.
because yeah, I can talk to you about all the tools. I can talk to you about where I predict AI is going, how I see it happening, but this, this is where, I draw the line because it's my asthma came from me being in the military. I was
Mhm.
in Iraq twice, right? So I went, and the first time I went, it was during all the burning of gas and burn pits and all this other stuff. So my asthma came from something like that. So I'm imagining myself like these people are literally, and I know people are gonna say that's such an extreme example. They're in a war zone. You're
Yeah,
inhaling
3
toxic.
different pollutants. Did 3 different pollutants at that.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so to say now I have this condition that ain't even my fault, not nothing of my own, is because we as humans wanted to advance so fast that you just because of where I live, now I'm being susceptible to all of this stuff that will forever change my life. And I
Mhm.
have no say so. And people can say, well, they can move out. Give them some money to move out then.
Yeah,
Put
it
them
ain't
up somewhere
yeah,
else, right?
yeah.
Because we already
Mhm.
know why this area was selected. Again, it's low income, disenfranchised people that have no say so, or we think they have no say so. And
Right,
where
right.
these other facilities start to pop up, we need to be mindful and look at that, right?
Mhm.
Who are they gonna impact?
And I'm not trying to be that guy, but arguably these lower income areas is predominantly
Us.
black folks. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what's even more like disturbing about it. It's like I'm not gonna say there's no Caucasians that stay in these areas, but let's be honest, man. When it come to income areas, it's predominantly black people,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
in me being black. Yeah,
And I'm
I
black.
mean, I would feel some type of way about that because it's like out of all places, man. Why the hell would you put a facility right there and then plan on building another one? You know what I'm saying? Making the air just as worse than what it already is.
A couple miles away. We're not talking about in another area.
Yeah.
About, we're talking about a couple miles away from this one. So,
Hmm.
I, yeah.
Yeah. This
That,
man, this whole situation, Elon Musk, XAI supercomputer, and I still need to do further research on exactly what was the goal. Like, I guess what was his premise? What was his goal with this supercomputer? I need to do further
well,
research on
he
that.
wanted to build a supercomputer. Like he wants to be known in the AI space, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so he wants to be alive to see his dreams come to fruition, right? So to
Yeah.
build a supercomputer, to be the first doing it, to have his own AI platform, be competitive because he's in competition with OpenAI, right? We've seen this play out,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So if I can't join you, I'm gonna beat you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna build this facility. I'm flexing in a different way, but bruh, the way and it's not only going to be him though, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
we're talking about this because it's him, and he already has a negative connotation to his name. But there are
Mm-hmm.
other investors that are looking at building more facilities like this, and so it's the same messaging unless you find a different way to power your facility. But how are you going to power it? And city officials, y'all need to be asking the right questions. How is
Yeah.
this going to impact the health of my people? And
Yeah.
then be honest and say, you know what? I just traded your health, your family's health for the advancement of technology.
Mm-hmm.
Live with it. I would respect somebody more if they said that.
And from what I saw, like, cause I was wondering the question, like, damn, why Memphis out of all people? I mean, out of all places, why Memphis? So apparently, the amount of power that he needed, Memphis had it,
Hmm.
and that's
Hmm.
that's why he went to Memphis, right? So
Hmm.
again, Elon Musk never really cared about. He was like, man, look, I'm going wherever who got the most power. We
Yeah.
need this amount of turbines. Uh, yeah, let's make it happen. So you didn't really care about, what I'm saying, who this was going to affect, cuz you ain't got to stay here, man. You don't have to stay
Exactly.
here.
And I don't think he said,
You
"Oh, let me go to
can't.
Boxtown, down the street from Boxtown, because there's a bunch of black people that live there." No, it was, where's the power sources? Where's the facility? Because this was a vacant facility. So this
Yeah,
was like a
yeah.
stew in. Oh,
Yeah.
and y'all poor or y'all need some money? Okay, 15 to 20 million in property taxes. Here y'all go. Right.
Yeah. Like he made a selfish, he made us the move with Shovel. I understand Elon Musk is he's a big AI advocate, but
Mhm.
was a prime of his example of guys on his level don't really they gonna do whatever to fulfill their dreams. Whatever it is they gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So if Illinois had the amount of power he needed, he would have came to Illinois. You know what I'm
Woulda came
saying?
here.
Like shit,
I
we would have
believe
been
that.
dealing with that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, it's easy to come fuck up somebody else's environment knowing you finna leave and shit, go out the country, some motherfucker, whatever it is you do. Like that was it was a very selfish move. By me being such a fan of AI, that move I was not a fan of. And I
Yeah.
definitely feel especially for somebody that had asthma, I feel for the people of South Memphis, man.
I think that, like you said, to come in and destroy someone's city, I've seen that. Like
Yeah.
I've been not proud to say, but I've been a part of that, right?
Hmm.
Going to Iraq, it was no different. We bombed their cities and we drove right through them the next day, right?
Right.
So it's a feeling of, for me, because I am a good-hearted person. Like when I saw this, I kept going down rabbit holes because I'm like, we're doing this to our own people. And have we as humans and humanity just lost? Are we so far gone that we can't
Hmm.
see that this is wrong? Right.
Yeah.
I understand that certain things are going to happen, but this is going to continuously happen because this won't be the only supercomputer. Right. And
Yeah.
if this is a
Yeah.
testament to what's ahead, then we're in trouble.
It is. So now we gotta start planning on how to shit. We gotta start like I don't want to be that, but I am like for that type of situation, you know what I'm saying? We shouldn't have to walk around with gas masks or nothing like that. But if it come down to it, I'm gonna have to have a mask on with a filter on
Yep.
that joint.
Yep.
In the Lord's to reduce the effect that's happening. Cause like you said, that facility was a test.
Yeah.
If he already planning on building a bigger facility next to that one, not too far from now one, then that means the first. That's normally what happened when you build a facility. If the first one is a success,
Yep.
you finna create a network of them. You know what I'm saying? And
And then where's next? Where do we go next?
exactly. Now where's the next location? Who got the okay? We found out Memphis has a lot of power. Who else got? What other state got a
Mhm.
lot of power? Let's go set up. Let's go set up shop in that state. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's time to definitely prepare for the worst
Yeah.
after reading that. So yeah, that conversation was needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very different than the other ones we've had, but I was saying,
I like
oh,
this one. Like every other conversation is sincere and passionate, but this one for sure was kind of like, okay, yeah, we need to hop on and talk about that. So,
yeah.
man, Tiff, man, appreciate you for that
Thank
conversation. Cause
you.
what like is it any last thoughts you want to add on to the situation before we close out?
I would just say, this is for my folks in the municipalities of power, our mayors, our governors, or just our state or elected officials. Um,
Mm-hmm.
when you're exploring these opportunities, understand the risk.
Yeah,
Understand the risk and be transparent. Be transparent with the people in your community, because they should have a say so. Their
yeah,
voice should be heard.
absolutely.
Their concerns should be addressed. Again, I don't know. I wasn't in South Memphis. I don't know everything, but I'm quite sure that a lot of this stuff is coming up after the fact. So as this continues to be a conversation, know what you're signing up for, inform your people, and again, just be transparent and truthful about what's happening,
Mm-hmm.
but asking the right questions and making sure your folks are protected is most important.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. I think I want to throw in the fact me and Tiff hopped on here. Not only this is a anytime me and her hop on, we having a discussion about AI, but this was more so on like I really feel for these people
Hmm.
they because we didn't, especially with the different pollutants that's being released in the air, and the fact that low income environments or communities is usually predominantly black, and it's very unfortunate. And I just want to send my prayers out to
Yeah.
South Memphis, And
Yeah.
man, I'm sorry that Elon Musk even made a move like that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
man, yeah,
It,
yeah. My
it's
bro, I'm sending out
definitely,
my prayers.
yeah. And two, like, we have I think you and I have a responsibility throughout these conversations. Like, I'm just not going to bring you the old happy day stuff, because that's
Yeah.
not how people make an informed decision. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
we're going to talk about it all. And like you
Right.
said, this is using our voices, using your platform to talk about something like this and bring light to it, because there's still a lot of people that's just like, oh, what are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
this isn't a story that I saw it in my news feed on social media. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
this is something I'm expecting to see on CNN. Maybe I just missed it,
They didn't
but
show it.
nobody's really talking about it.
Nah, they didn't show it. That's the craze. So again, if we didn't come across that, if you didn't come across that and sent it to me, I still wouldn't even know about it to this day. This was something that was just gonna happen, and it
Hmm.
was just gonna catch us off guard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a reason why it didn't hit the different outlets, you know what I'm saying, to let the world know, because they want to catch us off guard. And but no, we on here talking about it, and I
Yeah.
appreciate Tiff for this conversation because it's needed.
Appreciate you.
Coming from somebody with the background of asthma, as well as
Yeah.
Tiff, I feel the pain people go through, because
Yeah.
it's a terrifying feeling. So, man, I'd appreciate it. If y'all enjoy this content, to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and we'll definitely continue to drop more informative content, more informative videos. And we just gonna go ahead and close out, y'all. Life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the gods and goddess, forever and always. Think successfully. It's excellent.